Come hither, adventurers, pray thee partake in today's episode of House Rules. Today we're filming at Adventure Games and Hobby, the realm of Oshkosh's game store with the best looking merchants around.
Sheriff of Nottingham is made by Arcane Wonders. It's part of the Dice Tower Essentials line. You might recognize some of their other games like Mage Wars, Royals, and Onitama. It's made for 3 to 5 players, ages 14 and up, and an average game takes about an hour. In 2014 and 15, Sheriff of Nottingham was nominated for several awards, and in 2015, it won the Origins Game of the Year.
In Sheriff, you are a merchant trying to get the most profit by bluffing, bribing, and smuggling goods past the evil Sheriff of Nottingham.
Which is you.
Or you.
Or me. Or you.
The main mechanic of Sheriff of Nottingham is bluffing. The game is played in 5 phases as it goes around the table twice. So you first go to the market. You discard. So I'm going to discard from my hand. And then you can draw 2. So I'm going to draw this one face up and this one blind. At that point, you look at your hand and decide what you're going to load into your bag. So I'm going to load these 5 cards. I put them in the bag, and I tell the sheriff that I am bringing in 5 bread. At that point, the sheriff will have to decide whether or not he believes me. I could sweeten the deal if I wanted to or not. After I finish my dealings with the sheriff, then if I get through with all of my goods, including my contraband, then I put my goods where they belong and my contraband blind for scoring at the end of the game.
We consider this to be a main course game. It's one of those games that is pretty light on its feet. You know, it's really interactive. It can be kind of an icebreaker. So that's really a great thing about this game. You really interact a lot, and that's built into the game. Overall, we feel like you can play this game with pretty much anyone. Although, it is not for every personality. So even though you can play it with everyone, not everyone will like this type of game because not everybody likes to lie to their friends or get away with lying. So
There are a couple of tricky things that we've noticed when teaching this to other players. One is that you always have to be truthful about the number of cards that are in your bag. The other thing is you always have to say exactly one type of good that is in your bag.
So if my bag has 5 items, 3 cheese and 2 chickens, I don't tell you both of them.
No, I'll bust you right then and you have to pay up.
All right.
You can either say you have 5 cheese or 5 chickens.
Not both. Got it.
Not both. So Rose, what is your Meeple score on this game?
So I would give it a 3. I think it's really good, just kind of average game. For me, it's one I can play or not play, doesn't really matter. I think overall there's kind of, there's good strategy with it. I'm not somebody who minds lying to my friends in this kind of game. Sorry, ladies. But I am someone that when I am the sheriff, I can't stand it if I think that someone is lying to me. And so I feel like as a sheriff I have to bust everybody, which means I end up paying a lot of money and usually don't win. The other strategy as a sheriff is just kind of realize everybody's a dirty rotten cheat and you're just going to try and bust maybe one person or mitigate some of your losses. So that's kind of the strategy if you are the sheriff. If you're the player, it's really do you lie or you not lie, and how well do you do that, and do you manipulate the sheriff or not. So that's
bribing is essential.
Yeah, bribing is essential in this game. The other thing, I would give Sheriff a little bit higher of a score than a 3 out of 5 if these bags were a little more stable. So they've got these little clips on them for when you seal it, and I think you just either, they didn't need to have it sealed, or it should have been a button to fit the theme better, but these snaps really stink, and they're kind of flimsy, and they break pretty easily. So, but I'm I have to admit, I don't play this game a lot. So I like a few months between, because I get kind of bluffed out.
Totally bluffed out.
I'm bluffed out, dude. So,
You can only lie so much. I know.
I have a limit to my falsities.
Oh, gotcha.
What do you think, Shar?
I'm gonna give Sheriff a 2.
Really?
Yes, I know. It's cute, it's fun, it fits the theme if you know the story of the Sheriff of Nottingham and Robin Hood and smuggling and stealing goods. It really fits and the artwork is really cute. It goes along with it very well. But I can't lie. I'm like bluffed out from the beginning. So the other thing about the artwork that I did notice, someone said they were playing with a group and there was a gentleman who was colorblind. And so he had a really hard time distinguishing between the royal goods, which are contraband, and the legal goods, because the artwork is the same, they just have different colors.
Oh.
And so he thought he was being truthful, he put all his chickens in and tried to get through, and the sheriff busted him with the contraband, and he didn't even know. So I think they could add some symbols or change the artwork a little bit, so they really look different. But that's the only thing I would really change. But as far as the 2, I'm just not a good bluffer. It's not really the kind of game for me. I would prefer more strategy than being good at lying.
Yeah, I'm like you. I would give it a 3.5. I do enjoy this game, but like you, no poker face. If I'm lying, you know I'm lying. I get all red and just flustered, and it doesn't work well. I do love the replay value of this game, though. I don't get bluffed out as easily, and when I play it with my group of friends, we really get into like the role playing. Like,
Right.
Hey, Sheriff, I'll pay you 5 coins to open Rose's bag. She looks kind of suspicious over there. We get into that. It's fun. It's a good, like you said, a good icebreaker game. Conversation. You get interacting with people. The rules in this game are exquisitely detailed. Probably a little too detailed.
It's pretty articulate. Yeah.
But it's really easy to teach to people. So it's really good for beginners, and it's fun for experts as well. I think that about covers it. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, comment below. And if you think of any games that you'd want us to cover, comment at those. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Fare thee well!